सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् Jai Gurudev, sorry about the little delay. I think we stopped here, right? I think we did this verse one more time. Everything has its own dharma. Only human beings are not programmed.
Hello, Dr. Ramana.
Where did we stop?
We stopped at number 60, I think. 60th verse.
That is what you were doing currently. I was just asking them because on YouTube we had stopped maybe on the 48th verse or so. So in order to get continuity on YouTube, it was decided that we will go back to where we stopped maybe 10 days back, 10 days or 2 weeks back. So we'll do a repeat of that.
So we're going to go from 48.
48, shall I start from 48 onwards?
Yeah, that'd be better, right? Yeah.
48, I think we did once, but I'll just go back to 48 and then we'll continue it from there.
Okay.
Yeah, actually all this we did once or twice over, but it's worth repeating it. Yeah, what is kushala and all that we did. Another definition of karma yoga, purpose of karma yoga. This is actually a pretty extensive shloka, the 48th one. But so be it, we'll go through this one more time. Yogastah kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Dhananjaya, O Dhananjaya Arjuna, yogastaha, being steadfast in yoga, Sangam, attachment. Tyaktva, abandoning. Siddhya siddhyo, with reference to success and failure. Samaha, the same. Bhutva, being. Karmani, actions. Kuru, do. Samatvam, evenness of mind. Yoga uchyate, is called yoga. Dhananjaya, yogastha, sangam tyaktva, siddhya siddhyo, samah bhutva, karmani kuru, samatvam yoga uchyate. Remaining steadfast in yoga, O Dhananjaya, perform actions, abandoning attachment, remaining the same to success and failure alike. This evenness of mind is called yoga. The recognition in your life that Ishvara is the karma phala data brings about a certain attitude called samatva. Raga and dvesha are the cause for attachment. Sangha, which prompts us to say, this should or should not happen to me. The raga dveshas become a sangha with reference to any karma phala that is going to affect you. Then only is it raga dvesha. But if you have the attitude of samatva, raga dveshas are neutralized. They are rendered incapable of creating any kind of reaction in you. The raga dveshas manifest themselves through various karmas, and in time, by one's attitude of samatva, they become neutralized. This is what is meant by karma yoga. Staying or abiding in yoga, being yogastha, means enjoying this attitude of samatva. This evenness of mind with reference to both success, siddhi, and failure, asiddhi, is called yoga. It is what makes you a yogi. Samatvam yoga uchyate is a separate sentence in this verse that defines yoga. As stated earlier, there are two definitions for karma yoga in this chapter. The first one is this one, samatva, whereas the other one is yoga karmasu kaushalam. Scripturally enjoined karma and the four ashramas. Scripturally enjoined actions, Vaidika karmas, are made up of many rituals. These rituals can be divided into four categories. Kamya karmas, meant for producing given results desired by a given person. Nitya karma, daily rituals. Naimitika karma, occasional rituals. And Prayaschitta karma, rituals to right any wrongs done. There is a ritual called Putra Kameshti for those who want children. Dasharatha, Rama's father, had no children. Being a king, he had to have children so that there would be someone to rule the kingdom after his death. Naturally, he wanted children. Therefore, he performed the ritual Putra Kameshti and had 4 children. Putra Kameshti is still done and known to work, even in fairly recent times. Perhaps any ritual in any religion will work if the person performing it has faith, shraddha in it. Putra Kameshti is a very expensive ritual, so that only a rich man can do it. We see here how the Veda can be very tricky. This kind of karma or ritual is an example of kamya karma, a ritual performed purely for a given desired result. Even though Kamya Karma was designed and unfolded by the Veda, which tells you that a certain karma will produce a certain result, this does not mean that Kamya Karma is for Antakarna Shuddhi. Particular rituals are mentioned for particular results. and are purely for desired objects kamya, such as the desire for a child. Similarly, there are many rituals mentioned in the Veda whose result is said to be heaven. These too are all kamya karmas. Then there are nitya karmas and naimitika karmas, which can be considered together. Nitya karma means a ritual or prayer that is to be done every day. Which rituals or prayers are to be done depends on a person's status. An unmarried person, brahmachari, has a twofold karma to perform. The first is a prayer, Sandhya Vandana, enjoined by the Veda to be done 3 times a day, at sunrise, at noon, and at sunset. The second is a fire ritual, Samidhidhana, performed once a day in the morning, wherein the prayer is, may I become brilliant, may I learn, may I be a person who has total control over myself. For a married person, called a householder, grahastha, the nitya karmas differ somewhat. Sandhya Vandana continues, whereas Samidhidhana is replaced by Agnihotra, another fire ritual which is also a nitya karma. This karma has to be performed twice a day, morning and evening. On the day of marriage, the fire is lit and it is not allowed to die until the person takes sannyasa or dies. If the married person dies before sannyasa, this same fire is used for the cremation of the body. Thus, the life of a householder is a dedicated religious life. The person can do anything in between, but these nitya karmas have to be performed every day without fail. When a married person withdraws from the duties of a householder and enters the next stage of life called Vanaprastha, a few more karmas are added. These are the nature of meditation. In this third stage of life, Sandhya Vandana and Agnihotra rituals must still be performed. There is no way of escaping these karmas except by sannyasa or death. In sannyasa, the vow or commitment, diksha, taken earlier to perform these rituals is given up, and the person is no longer bound to do these karmas. One's hair and the various accruements of the earlier initiation are also given up, including the Gayatri Mantra. Only the Omkara remains and a few essentials. By saying that he is no longer interested in gaining heaven, having children, and so on, and by saying that no one should be afraid of him thereafter, a man becomes a sannyasi. It is a very serious commitment, but until sannyasa, he must definitely perform the various rituals enjoined by the Veda. So even the hair is given up. That is why if you look at Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, all of them, they have a tonsured head. Performing these nitya karmas, you do gain results in the form of punya or papa. Punya or antakarana shuddhi. But the main point here is that they are to be done daily and generally they are done. Naimitika karmas, on the other hand, are those rituals to be done on particular occasions, at a particular time, on a particular day, like on the anniversary of the death of one's mother or father. Such a ritual called Shraddha, which must be performed monthly on the new moon day, and a more elaborate ritual is done on the anniversary date itself. This too is done until sannyasa. Shraddha is not done daily and is only done if one's father or mother has passed away. Because these karmas are done on a particular occasion. Nimitta, they are called Naimittika karmas. Naimittika karmas are generally performed by householders, although the Shraddha karma mentioned above is done by everyone except sannyasis. Other Naimittika karmas performed by householders include the rituals done on the day when the northern and southern solstices begin. Eclipses of the sun and moon are also recognized in this way, based on ancient methods of calculation. It has been said that if you think the Shastra is false, wait for an eclipse. Because they've done such accurate calculations, they know exactly when the eclipse will happen. Finally, karmas that are done to right a wrong, called prayaschitta karmas, are performed when what is not to be done was done, or there was some omission during the performance of any ritual. Thus, a particular karma can neutralize the results of wrong action, be it an omission or a commission. An example of prayaschitta karmas is Chandrayana, wherein you regulate the amount of food you eat for 1 month. Beginning on the full moon day, you take the amount of food that you would ordinarily eat. The next day, you cut it down by 1/15th, and the second day by another 1/15th. Continuing in this way until the new moon day, during which you eat nothing at all. Then you begin again on the first day after the new moon on the Prathama by taking 1/15th, then 2/15ths on the second day, adding increments of 1/15th portion each day until the full moon day, when again you eat as before. During this entire period, certain rituals are performed. Prayaschitta karma then is the fourth type of karma, a karma of atonement. The purpose of karma yoga. In karma yoga,
Question, Dr. Brahmanandan.
yeah,
In the Dragastha ashrama, Draga ashrama, that what was that karma that is? I know one is Agni Gotra, and the Sandhya Vandana also in Dragastha ashrama.
yes, needs to be continued.
Okay, so
Sandhya
those two
Vandana, Agnihotra are continued. Meditation is added
meditation is okay.
because
Hmm.
you are beginning a life of contemplation, but you will continue doing your rituals. Your nitya karma will continue until one takes to sannyasa or one
Sannyas.
dies.
Hmm. The Vanaprastha, I thought that's the one we had the meditation.
Yeah, that is where you add. That is what you were asking, right? Vanaprastha?
No, no,
Grihastha.
Grahastha.
Grihastha,
Grahastha.
you do Sandhya Vandana, and
Mm.
instead of Samidhi Dana, which is done in Brahmacharya,
Mm.
you do Agnihotra, which is done twice a day.
Okay, so that's where we do that Agnihotra. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got
Samidhi
it.
Dana is done once a day in the morning, whereas
Mm.
Agnihotra is done twice.
Okay,
And
thanks.
Vanaprastha, in addition to this, you add on
Meditation.
meditation.
And
In
what is said about the prayaschitta there? That is not there.
Prayachitta is the wrong things done. The
Uh,
correct that we are doing the Prayachitta karma.
either to do correct anything, any
in that
wrongdoing.
I know, but in this Minvana Prastha, that is also included.
Anytime, I think.
Yeah, yeah. All these rituals until are to be continued by everyone until one takes to sannyasa. Only a sannyasi is exempt from these rituals. So prayaschitta karma, naimitika karma, nitya karma, all these are to be done
Okay, thank you.
Nitya karma depends upon your status, depends on which ashrama you are in, whether you're in brahmacharya, grihastha, or vanaprastha. So sannyasi gives up all of this, even mantras, even Gayatri mantra he gives up. He only continues with Omkara and maybe a few others. That's it. Including his hair, his belongings, everything. Just gives up. He is then given only a set of ochre robes. In fact, the ritual for to becoming a sannyasi is apparently he gives off his hair, everything, and he is asked to take a bath in the river and walk to the guru who is sitting a distance away. He is supposed to walk without any clothes on, so that he is giving up even his sense of that ego sense, the self image. So even that he gives up, and then he comes to the guru, and he's given a set of ochre robes. And he takes also the commitment of abhaya. No one needs to be fearful of him. So he protects everyone. He takes the commitment of not coveting anything. Yeah, and by saying that no one should be afraid of him, thereafter man takes sannyasa. Right. So the purpose of karma yoga, in karma yoga, you give up kamya karma and perform nitya naimitika karmas as an offering to the Lord, as well as for purifying the mind. According to the definition of kamya karma stated above, karma is always involved. This karma is given up in karma yoga. Shankara says here that by performing these various Vedic rituals for the sake of antakarana shuddhi, you become a karma yogi. Otherwise, you are only a karmi. When you perform karma for a particular end alone, you will gain only that end. You will not gain the mind necessary for gaining the knowledge that is moksha, because you have no vyavasayatmika buddhi. If, however, you have vyavasayatmika buddhi, all your karmas are directed towards one thing, moksha. And for moksha, you require the mind, antakarna, that is prepared. Moksha is not gained through karma. Karma is only for preparing the mind. Thus, preparing the mind through karma becomes yoga for you. So, in karma yoga, what are we doing? We are giving a kamya karma, but we continue doing nitya naimitika karmas. With a sense of what? With a sense of offering it to the divine for the sake of antakarana shuddhi. And what is this antakarana shuddhi? Is when you are neutralizing your raga dveshas. So you're not doing it for a desired end. If you're doing it for a desired end, automatically raga is coming up. Like the Putra Kameshti Yaga that Dasharatha did, desiring a child. So there is raga involved in all kamya karmas. There is kama involved. Whereas here you're giving up that kamya karma. So therefore, no matter what that result is, you are in a state of samatva. And there is what is there? Very importantly, there is vyavasayatmika buddhi. Because for a karma yogi, Moksha is the topmost priority. And in order to gain that, no karma can get you to moksha. It is only through knowledge. But you need a prepared mind to gain this jnana. And therefore, all his karma is done to get this antakarna shuddhi, to prepare the mind. In the Gita, the word karma is usually used with reference to Vaidika karma. However, when Arjuna was asked to do karma, it was not a ritual to be performed. He was to fight, it was his duty. Shankara confirms this also. Fighting is the to be done obligatory karma of a kshatriya. Thus, karma yoga covers all activities. And if karma is taken to mean any action performed, which is the actual meaning of the word, then we have to look at karma from the standpoint of a person's entire life. The actions then referred to will be those activities that one performs in the attempt to fulfill all one's raga dveshas. Since you do have raga dveshas and they have to be neutralized, what will you do? You cannot just command yourself to give up your likes and dislikes as you would a hat. Likes and dislikes are there. They are not just given up, they constitute the person. However, when you perform actions with the sameness of attitude, samatva, towards the results of your actions, your raga dveshas are neutralized. This attitude is karma yoga. The attitude of samatva mentioned in this verse is not with reference to the action itself, it is with reference to the result, the phala of any action. This attitude is present in the Vedic culture and is called prasada buddhi. We have seen that even children are named prasad because they are thought of as a prasada. If your son is prasada, then you are also prasada to your parents. Your physical body is not only prasada to others, but also to yourself. A house is called prasada. The food cooked, offered to the Lord, and then eaten is also considered prasada. Thus, this attitude, prasada buddhi, is an important aspect of karma yoga. It is important to note here that any translation that says we should perform action without expecting a result has no basis in the Veda. Such an interpretation serves only to create additional complexes. Try as we might, we find that we cannot do karma without expecting some result. The truth of the matter is that no one can perform action without expecting a result. Even a dull witted person cannot engage in any activity without expecting a result. Therefore, this meaning of karma yoga must be abandoned. Another definition of karma yoga. Although this verse presents a particular line of argument, the fact is that this is not the only way of looking at it. Let us therefore look at the other definition of yoga. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Karmasu means with reference to actions. Thus, with reference to actions, yoga is kaushala, meaning the state of mind or the disposition of a kushala, one who is an expert. All kinds of meanings are given to this word kaushala. It is the abstract noun of the word kushala, expert, the qualities that make an expert. Thus, it has been said that kaushala is expertise or skill. From this meaning, a modern translation for this second definition of yoga has come about. People say Skill in action is yoga, which seems to convey that it is efficiency of some kind. Although efficiency is always desirable, it is not what karma yoga is about. The inappropriateness of this translation will become clear as we proceed. In the Gita, the word karma is usually used with reference to Vaidika karma. However, if karma is taken to mean any action performed, which is the general meaning of the word, then we have to look at it from the standpoint of the person's entire life. The actions then referred to will be the collective activities that you perform in your attempt to fulfill all your raga dveshas. Here, the skill in action interpretation, meaning that if you are very skillful in action, you are a karma yogi, must also be abandoned. This is a secular translation designed to bypass Ishvara. There are a lot of people who read the Gita without recognizing Ishvara at all. Those who want karma yoga without recognizing Ishvara as the karma phaladata simply cannot have it. There is karma yoga only when Ishvara is recognized. Karma yoga is a religious attitude, a devotee's attitude. There is no way of escaping this. There is no such thing as secular karma yoga. They say then, they say that when there is skill in action, when there is efficiency, then the person is a karma yogi. A yogi may be efficient in whatever he does, but how can he be efficient if he is given a new job or is just beginning to learn to drive, for example? He has not yet acquired the necessary skill, and therefore he will be inefficient in this aspect, in this respect. Thus, a karma yogi can definitely be inefficient in a given area. Conversely, merely because a person is efficient in a given area does not mean that he is a yogi. A pickpocket, for example, is very efficient in picking pockets, whereas if you try to do it, you will get caught. Even before you pick, you will be picked up. Picking pockets is not easy. Not only do you have to be skillful in getting an object out of someone's pocket, you also need to be a master of deception in order not to be accused. Such a person may be skillful in action, but this is definitely not karma yoga. A yogi in action may be skillful, but this does not mean that skill in action is yoga. So then what is Kaushala? Then what does the word Kaushala mean in this definition? To understand this, let us go back to the first definition, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate, where yoga is defined as sameness. Suppose a man says to the Swami, I have my likes and dislikes. For instance, I like my neighbor's money. He has a lot of it and has converted it into gold, which he keeps in his safe. I definitely have a raga for his money, and I also have a dvesha for this man. I hate him because he's so blatant about his riches. He thinks he's such a big shot and he's always showing off. Therefore, I hate him and I love his money. I want to fulfill my raga dvesha. Also, I have happened to listen to your talk yesterday. Until then, I had never heard of karma yoga. Now I want to ask you, will I continue to be a karma yogi if I carry on with my plan? I have been working on a tunnel between my house and the room in which my neighbor's safe is located. I know how to open the safe. I know how the whole thing has to be done. I have only 1 hour's work left, and then I will be there in the room. I was going to do it last night, but having listened to your talk, what I was doing started to bother me. I really want to be a karma yogi. It looks to me as though I can continue with my plan and still be a karma yogi because you say I have a right, a choice over my action. I have already sent my wife and children away, and I will not give you their address. I am telling you only this much, hoping that you will not tell anyone. I intend to join them tomorrow. Tonight I am off. My house is already empty, and since I have been renting it, I have nothing more to claim from it. Therefore, everything is set, and I am going to work. Of course, I am taking a risk. You say that Ishvara is the karma phaladata, the giver of the fruits of action. So I'm going to work 1 more hour tonight so that I can clear out the safe. Of course, I do not know what is going to happen. There may be nothing in it at all. My neighbor may have already cleared it out and put the gold elsewhere. Or the gold may be there, but I may get caught. I may be shot or beaten up. I may be handed over to the police and have to be in jail for a number of years. Anything is possible. Or I may get away with it also. My hope, of course, is that I will get away with it. Therefore, whatever comes, I am going to take it as prasada. If I get all the gold, fine, it is prasada. And if I'm beaten up, I will take even I will take every stroke as prasada. Will that be okay? Do you think I'm a karma yogi? Do you think that when the Lord says in the Gita that a karma yogi is very beloved to him, he's referring to me? That is what I want to be. I want to be beloved to the Lord. If I take everything as prasada, will I be beloved? It is for this person's sake that we have the definition Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. Kaushala is discretion in one's karma, in one's choice. It is not an untethered choice without norms. It is choice with discretion, meaning that one's choice should be in keeping with certain norms. This then is another very important aspect of Karma Yoga. The first definition is with reference to the results of action. Karma phale samaha bhutva, which defines Karma Yoga as an attitude of samatva, whereas this definition is with reference to the action itself. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Kaushala is your capacity to interpret correctly. This capacity to interpret with reference to norms for human interaction is the discretion, the expertise. The norm for human interaction is called dharma, and the opposite is called adharma. Dharma and adharma form the standard norms. They are not absolutes in that they have to be interpreted according to the given situation. The person who can interpret them properly is called kushala. Dharma and adharma are not to be interpreted according to convenience, but must be in line with what is proper. Proper interpretation of dharma is what is meant by kaushala. Kaushala is yoga because, again, you are not in the hands of your raga dveshas when you exercise discretion in your choice of action. Let me know if you want to stop and discuss here. So, Kushala is not skill in action. It's not efficiency in action. It is the discretion in deciding your action. Is discretion in one's karma, in one's choice. It is not an untethered choice without norms. It is choice with discretion, meaning that one's choice should be in keeping with certain norms. So your choice of karma should be in keeping with dharma. dharma, either samanya dharma or vishesha dharma. We'll come to that now. So this example of this person coveting his neighbor's wealth and saying, I just want to fulfill my raga, will I still be a karma yogi? The answer is no, because it is not in keeping with dharma. Right? Although he may be very efficient in his action, he's built a tunnel, he's done everything very nicely, and he's even decided to take the outcome as prasada. He's decided to take it as samatva, but he is still not a karma yogi because he's doing something which is adharmic.
Also, Dr. Brahmara, I know that Devasaya Yatmika Buddhi, we read it some time ago. Can you say something about that definition on that?
Yeah, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi is where your topmost priority, you are hooked on to gaining moksha. That is your topmost priority in life. Then any other action comes in. So your focus is on that. Your focus is set. That is Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Otherwise, we are no better than a dry leaf that is going wherever the wind takes it.
Right. So the same with Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, then you do this yoga kaushala uchyate, that
Right.
that with you do that karma with discretion or with dharma, then that is kind of leading you to this knowledge.
Right.
Okay.
There may be raga dveshas involved, but it is ethical. It is according to dharma.
Vyavasayatmaka buddhi is Vyavasaya means commercial. You see, they usually take it as commercial. Whether it is just profitable or not profitable. Now, having this body, having this janma, are we using it profitably to attain moksha or not? That is the Vyavasayika buddhi. We can do everything, we will be collecting all that is commercial. But when you have been given a body, you are not using it correctly, is not Vyavasaya. So that is the way they have taken it as Vyavasaya buddhi. Means it is not commercially profitable by having this body. When you have got this janma, use it properly to attain moksha. That is what I think that Vyavasayika buddhi.
Yeah, I like your interpretation of this because somewhere he says Kripana, right? Kripana is a miser, and according to the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Kripana is a person who dies leaving this body without attaining moksha. So what you say is in line with this, that you're having given this human body, your ultimate fulfillment will be to gain moksha. So if that is what your goal is, your ultimate goal, whether you gain it or not, at least your life's purpose, your life's activities are all directed towards that. It is there as topmost priority. It is not bottom of the list. It is the topmost priority which directs all your other actions.
That has to happen in our buddhi, right? I mean, buddhi means it's like in our mind, really that having that.
So you should have the discretion power.
Yeah, discrimination in our mind, right? So
that is what.
Discrimination.
Actually, it tags with the kushala.
Right. That's what discretion. So the main reason is like it was mentioned earlier about Vasayatmika Buddhi, right? With that kind of buddhi, why somebody else won't get it? So we have to have that higher goal to begin with, and then doing this karma with that attitude and taking it as a prasada.
See, finally the whole karma yoga definition, what is karma yogi, who is a karma yogi, is being so clearly defined over here.
Yeah, that was a really step by step. In fact, it would be nice to read all of that again because
Of
that
course.
that thing, like what is prasada? That prasada is really well defined here. We always think about what do you take it as prasada. Hmm. So that attitude, everything is given nicely. Each paragraph again. So it would be nice to read that anyway.
A karma yogi is one
Hmm.
who has samatva. Samatva with respect to not the actions, because actions are so different.
Right.
Samatva is not with respect to the desired result.
Raga,
That
the
result can be different. Samatva is respect to your attitude towards the given result. So that we've seen before. The 47th verse. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. So that is samatva. Then you also become a karma, you don't become a karma yogi if you do not recognize Ishvara. Because it's a devotee's attitude. Like how we offer food, cooked food to the Lord as Naivedya, and then we take it as prasada. So there's that element of bhakti which comes in there. You there, the thing is getting sanctified. The result of whatever you're taking is getting sanctified by, and you take it as given by the Lord.
Right.
It is said,
Again,
no, your
it
body is
explained
also
the body
prasada
as
than
a
in way.
prasada. Yeah, like that's why. So that is from that prasada, the food that comes as a prasada.
Even this time that we're spending doing this manana, doing this scriptural reading is a prasada. So
Prasada, yeah.
when you take everything as prasada, you're honoring and respecting it. Even every breath you take is prasada.
Right. So that basically, um, you're you're considering the Ishvara constantly in your mind.
Yeah,
Then that attitude, you develop that attitude. Everything is coming from
very
Ishvara,
right.
like that. Mm.
It is not just when you're sitting in front of the
Mantra, like
puja mandir that you
food.
think of Ishvara.
Yeah,
You're thinking Ishvara is there embedded in your mind. It's there.
right.
It's there
It has to be constant. Yeah.
constantly.
Mm. Yeah. So that, yeah, please, can you review, like, at least summarize that, Dr. Brahmana? It'd be nice that what we read about so far in Karma Yoga.
Yeah. One is the definition is samatvam yoga uchyate with respect to the results of action.
Result of the action, yeah.
So you take it as samatva with the sameness of attitude in your mind. You're not flustered whether you get what you wanted or you did not get what you wanted or you get more than what you wanted. You
Mm.
still have that sameness, that balance in your mind. Then
Mm.
what is happening is your raga dveshas are getting neutralized. Otherwise, supposing you don't have sameness of attitude. Supposing you win a lottery ticket and then you're
Mm.
so elated
Mm.
that you are off balance, or you have started some business and you have lost heavily. So you go
Yeah,
down, you
then the
feel very,
dukkha.
very depressed.
Mm.
So then you are going like a yo yo. You're going
Mm.
very elated or very depressed. There is no samatva in your mind. You're not a karma yogi there.
That is in respect to result of the actions, right?
Action. So
But
there is that
even
sweet
when
taste of
we,
raga dveshas.
right, when we were doing it also, like when it's a duty, we have to do it. We don't, that also we have to do it with that samatva, right?
Correct.
Okay.
All
So there
our
also
action.
that here what is to be done is without having the target. I mean, not in Samatva Bhavana, right? It's not
Yes.
like you don't like to do it, you like to do it, like that
No.
kind of attitude. Okay,
No.
that is the attitude. Okay. That's
What is
good.
to be done at that
Mm.
particular time, situation, you fulfill your role.
Okay. So we have to have first of all that Virasaya Atmika Buddhi, and then having to do it with that attitude, Samatva attitude, and then having the Samatva in a result of action also take it as a prasada. But
Yeah.
when we're doing all this, it's all it's from Ishvara. We have to take it as from the Ishvara. Mm.
Otherwise, we just become karmis. We will not be karma yogis. So, in order to
Mm.
karma yoga, to be a
Right.
karma yogi, you need to have, like you said rightly, a vyavasayatmika buddhi.
Mm.
Recognize Ishvara as the karma phaladata. Otherwise,
Okay,
we'll
that
only
should be
be a
on the top.
simple person.
Yeah, Ishvara on the top. Yeah, Karma Palatata. Mm. Okay. I mean, we read this so many times, but try to embed in the mind, what we read. I think going over it one more time, it really helps. Thank you. I hope I'll remember this and do it every day also.
So, I think we'll stop here. We'll do Dharma and Adharma Universal tomorrow. We'll end up with a short meditation. Anyone wants to share any of your understanding, please go ahead while we get ready for the meditation.
This Kaushala, again, the definition is expert, right? Like in here.
No, Kaushala is not an expert.
A
Kaushala
discretion.
is
It's a
discretion
discretion
in
in
one's karma.
one's karma. Okay, okay. Discretion in one's karma, karmesh. Kaushala. Nice word, Kaushala.
The commonly interpreted definition of yoga karma su kaushalam is skill in action. But it's not actually skill in action. With the example that we've got,
Oh,
it
skill
is
in
not
action.
just skill.
Yeah,
It is skill in deciding which action to do. Choice, skill in deciding the kind of action we want to do.
Right.
Discretion in one's karma, in one's choice.
Okay. It's not a
So, which
just
means
taking this as
you
skill.
have that viveka, which is dharma, what is adharma. That viveka is there. See, with the Duryodhana, for instance, he did not have this kaushala. He, unfortunately, poor thing, he says that. He says, Janami dharmam nachame pravrittihi. Janami adharmam nachame nivrittihi. He says, I know what is dharma, what is adharma. I know what is dharma, I'm not able to follow it. I know what is adharma, I'm not able to free myself from it. So he was kind of caught up in his own samskaras.
Okay.
But here, Kaushala is discretion in one's karma.
One's karma. Otherwise, like you said, the expert is a general meaning, right?
Yeah, it's like that neighbor who wants to covet his neighbor's.
Right.
That person
He
who
was
wants
trying
to
to
covet
steal
his
the.
neighbor's.
Right.
Right?
Discretion. Then that becomes, again, that karma, again, we have to go with the dharma, adharmic action, dharmic action. So we'll read that tomorrow. Yes,
So we'll close here today. Om Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Jai Gurudev.
طفلي ما يركز زين، بينام شوية وما عنده نفس للأكل. لين اكتشفت أن هذه الأعراض هي نتيجة نقص في الحديد.
Meditation is accepting this moment, living every moment totally with depth. Let us keep our spine erect and body relaxed and eyes closed. Relax your shoulders. Keep a big smile on your face. You're sitting like the statue of Buddha, very serene and with a serene smile on your face. Relax your body. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your chest region, throat and chest region. If you notice some tension in the body, just let it be. Except those parts of the body where you feel a tension, the other parts are in comfort. Other parts are at peace. Become aware of that also. There are many good things about you and inside of you. Acknowledge them. They will never leave you. And the negative aspect you may see in you is never going to stay with you forever. They are all guests for some time. Let them be. Sit with the total acceptance of yourself the way you are at this very moment. Total acceptance of what is now here. Lead us to deeper meditation. Let go of all the efforts. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let go of all your effort and be in this emptiness. And slowly and gradually become aware of body and surroundings. And you may gently open your eyes.